I can graph, our learning target for today's 7th grade is I can graph coordinates in all 4 quadrants. Graphing coordinates in all 4 quadrants. You should be on page 6. Now what's tricky about this is these words sound similar. They're not spelled the same way, but they sound like they could be similar topics. So we have coordinates and we have quadrants. We're going to start with the word quadrant. So 4 quadrants. I didn't mean to cross that off, but 4 quadrants. So as we look at the coordinate plane here, it's separated into 4 quadrants. We have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, notice that it's in Roman numerals, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. It makes a capital C or a letter C. So they're quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4. Why don't you go ahead and label those using Roman numerals. The key or the trick is that it makes a C. That helps me remember what order they're in. 1, 2, 3, 4 makes a C. So those are the 4 quadrants. All kind of have a different sign value. Some are positive, some are positive, negative. They all kind of work different ways. Some other definitions or things that we need to know about is the next thing is the x-axis and the y-axis. So we have this y-axis. I like to have my students make a giant Y here. This is your y-axis here. Hopefully you're able to see that like the YMCA or the y-axis. And then by default, this one would have to be your x-axis. So that's kind of the axes that we walk on. So 6 major things happened in here. We had the 4 quadrants, and we have the y and x axis, all very important vocabulary terms in our work that we're going to do today. So next what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the coordinates. So what about the coordinates? Well, I like to teach this like a hotel analogy. So coordinate x, comma, y. In today's work, that's really going to be our room number. It's just kind of written a little different than what we're used to. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the origin. So we're going to start by going to really the front door of the hotel, which is called the origin in math. That's right here. So we're going to check it at the front desk. We're going to ask where our hotel room is, and they're going to give us some sort of hotel room. And in today's work, you got to think of it, they're going to give it to us as x, comma, y. After they give us the hotel room, you're going to say thank you, and then you're going to say, hey, where's your elevator? And we're going to go find the elevator next. Because we have to find the elevator before we can go up or down. So you got to go find it. Now, if you go to the right, it's going to be positive. And if you go to the left, it's going to be negative. Why don't you go ahead and write those words in? Right is positive and left is negative. Then, after we do that, we're going to go get on that elevator. Once we find it, we're going to go up is positive, down is negative. Up, positive, down, negative. After we do that, we plot our point, we found our hotel room, and we're there. So that's how this work is going to be in this next step. So we have lots of rooms to plot. So you think of it as maybe your whole basketball team is staying in a hotel. You have 8 players on your team, and these are the rooms that you were given. So we're going to say player A. Go ahead and get rid of that. So we're going to say player A is staying in room 3-6. So how does that work? Well, the first thing that we would want to do then is we would want to check in at the front door called the origin. So we're going to check in and say, hi, I'm player A, where's my room? And they're going to say you're staying in room 3-6. First thing you do is you find the elevator. The elevator is located at the 3rd door on the right. So you find the elevator and then you're going to go up 6 because it's positive. So we check into the front door, we go right 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have A. That's where player A is staying. Go ahead and catch up if you haven't been able to. Then player B says, hi, I'm player B. Where am I staying? They're going to say, well, you're staying in room 5-1. You say, great. You find the elevator first. The elevator's at 5, 5th door on the right. And then you're going to go up 1 floor. So you check in at the front door of the hotel. 5th door on the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 1 floor, and this is where player B is staying in room 5-1. Again, you have 8 players staying at this hotel, so all the players have to check in at the front door, find their room, and then proceed. Player C is staying at -3-1. That's the elevator. The elevator is located at -3, and then we go up one floor. So we go left -1, 2, 3, up one floor, and there's player C. Player C is staying there. Why don't you go ahead and try to graph player D? Where is player D staying? Player D is actually staying at -1, 7. So we'd find our elevator. It's at -1. We go up to the 7th floor. So we go left 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Player D is staying at -1, 7. Hopefully you have that right. Continue on. You have 4 more players on your team that have to check in yet. Player E checks in, finds elevator. It's at -3. Go down 2 floors. So player E checks in. Left 1, 2, 3, down 2 floors. That's player E staying in room -3, -2. Moving on, player F checks in. Hi, where am I staying? You're staying in room -5, -4. Great. Find that elevator. It's located at the 5th door on the left, and then you're going to go down 4 floors. So we're going to go 5th door on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, which is player F. Player G, find that elevator and then go down 6 floors. So player G finds that elevator. Player G actually notices that the elevator is right there at the front desk, just turns around and there it is. So it does not have to go left or right at all. However, it does have to go down 6 floors, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So player G is staying in room 0, -6. Did not have to go left or right at all, though, to find that elevator. And finally, player H. Player H finds the elevator. It's at 2, and then is going to go down 1 floor. So player H is elevator's 2nd door on the right, down 1 floor, and that's player H. So those are the entire basketball team. All 8 players are staying in this hotel, and our rooms are indicated A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, all staying in different locations, but that is how we would graph coordinates. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. If you have a sub today and you need to stop and catch up, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving. So our next word is the word plane. Plane and the word math, plane, is a little bit different. But a plane in math is really a flat surface that goes forever in all directions. A plane is a flat surface that goes forever in all directions. So you're standing on a plane. I'm writing on a plane right now, but it has to go to infinity or into all directions. Parallel. Parallel lines. Hopefully you've heard those before. 2 lines are parallel if they do not, and hopefully you're able to think through what this means. 2 lines are parallel, and hopefully your brain is saying 2 lines are parallel if they do not, and the word would be intersect. I'm not really sure why that crossed that line off. Didn't want that to happen, but it did. That is not what I meant to happen there. Sorry about that. So 2 lines are parallel if they do not intersect. I don't know what happened to that piece of work right there, but I can't get that to move. So let's draw an example of 2 parallel lines. So we would go ahead and say line 1 is parallel to line 2. So there's line 1 is parallel to line 2. 2 lines that never intersect into infinity. 2 lines are parallel. Hopefully you're able to fill in this next definition then. We would say the 2 lines that intersect at 4, what would be the word here? Hopefully you're able to handle what word would go here at 4, and the word is right angles. So at 4 right angles would be said to be perpendicular. So the word we're looking for there is perpendicular. Let's go ahead and draw a picture of what that looks like. So we have line 1, and we would say is perpendicular to line 2. So they're intersecting. The key is that when they intersect, you get these right angle symbols there. So you get that four right angles. You maybe have heard of 4-way stop, or you've been in a car where somebody's at a 4-way stop. So for our summary today, we talked about graphing coordinates. We talked about quadrants. Let's first talk about quadrants as a review. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Those are the 4 quadrants. They make the capital letter C. We also talked about the y-axis, and we talked about the x-axis, the y-axis and the x-axis. And we summarize here of how would I find my hotel room. All hotel rooms in the form of X comma Y. This is going to be my room for today's work. Go to the origin, the front door, check in. Then find the elevator next. Right is positive, left is negative, up and down, and you find your hotel room. Your homework for tonight is to do page 7, 8, and 9. Again, so go ahead and finish out those summaries. Go back to the summary there for you if you need to copy that in. So finishing up your summary. And your homework is to do pages 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so hopefully you're able to finish that summary. If not, go ahead and pause this screen or pause the video so you can get that summary in. And good luck on your homework. Have a fabulous night, 7th grade.